What up guys, it's another day, another Miata video. Today I'm going to try to make some headway on the air suspension process. Right now I'm working on the glove box. So I got my gauge over here. Here's the glove box out of the car, and I need to cut a hole through here to allow these lines to pass through. So I went ahead and taped off a square or a rectangle that I think is going to be big enough to run the lines. I'll start at this size and make it bigger if I need to. But I'm going to break out the Dremel and start hacking away here. Of course, we got to go safety first. Switch to a bigger cutoff wheel. Let's try this again. There we go. That was a thick ass hunk of plastic. Check this out. Got our hole. Oh, look at that plastic, man. It's like a freaking piece of tile. The edges are pretty rough on this thing. I think I'm gonna try to take maybe one of like those metal files I was using the other day, or maybe like a sanding kind of attachment for the Dremel, but I'm gonna try to smooth this thing out a little bit. Alright, so that should probably do the trick. Imagine that within a panel, and then the lines coming out the back there. So now that I got the hole cut in the glove box here, I'm kind of done with that for the time being. I'm still waiting on that Alcantara material to come in so I could wrap the little panel, and then we could get that all buttoned up. But for now, I want to take you back to the trunk again because I had a change of heart since the last video explaining what I was gonna do. So in the last video, I made this wood panel with the intention of mounting the tank to this and then putting it in the trunk. So it fits exactly like the carpet does now, except it'll give us a nice hard surface. After thinking a little bit on it, I think I changed my mind, and I actually want to mount the tank upside down to that metal panel right there. That way I still have full access of the spare tire. I didn't originally want to do that just because I thought it was more of a hassle to try to find where the backside of that metal is, drill a hole through, get a nut and bolt through it. But after thinking about it a little more, I'm gonna have to take the whole car apart anyway to run the air lines and the electric. So might as well just do it when I got the car apart. And after taking some of that hard carpet paneling out, I'm able to see straight through here. This is gonna be a perfect place to just route all the lines right down this side of the car. So the compressor is gonna be on the left, tank is gonna be mounted right in this metal right here. Wires and lines are going to be run down this hole, and then the battery is right here. So it's all going to be nice and tidy. So I think right now I'm going to start taking out the interior on the passenger side, take out the seat, take out some of the carpet, and try to get to that rear section so I could get a clear pass through from that hole that I was showing you in the trunk. First order of business, we'll be taking out this seat. Got our trusty 14mm socket. We got 2 bolts in the front, and then we'll slide the seat forward and then do the 2 in the back. With the seat forward, you got 2 more right here, and you're all done. With the seat out, we got access to this rear carpet. So we're gonna take some of these clips out, pull this stuff back, and then we should be able to get to what's behind here. There she is. Oh yeah, slide on in there. Oh, pop me. Boop, beep. Fuck you. With those 5 clips out, we now have access to under here, and we could pull down this carpet too to get where we need to go. One way or another, all this stuff has to come out anyway because I need access through to the trunk. Luckily, I kind of know how to take all this stuff apart because I had to do that when I put this roll bar in, so that's a plus. To get the carpeting out completely, I have to take out all these clips. So you can see right here, boom, boom, all the way around this thing. And as much as I'm sure you guys enjoyed my sound effects, I think I'm not gonna film this and I'm just gonna get to work. All the clips are out now. Now I need to get to this guy, where is it? That little Phillips head right there on both sides, and I should be able to take this whole top carpet out. and we're in full race car mode now. Got the carpets out. So I'm gonna have to take this shelf out right here, which is the same shelf I took out for the roll bar. As you can see, I made these cuts in the shelf to allow the bar to pass through. I might actually just leave this on for now because after looking at it, I think this is all the access that I might need to mount the tank mount kind of brackets. So I think before I go drilling away on this thing, I'm gonna go inside and make myself some lunch so I could come out here with a fresher mind, a full stomach, and get cranking away. All right, so back from a quick lunch and I still don't know what I'm doing. So this is what I discovered though. So inside the trunk here, there's these two factory holes. One here, one here. So I was thinking I could mount a plank, like a piece of wood or a piece of like thick ABS plastic. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna start out with some wood. Mount a plank right here and then mount the tank itself to the plank. Just like this plastic piece right here, but smaller obviously, and then hung from up there. So I think those two bolts are gonna be enough to hold that. The tank's not all that heavy, and I think that should be enough to secure it. Otherwise, if I try to drill through this, right here, this section goes into the car, but like right here, where I'll need to go, goes into like this upper section here. It's just like a pocket that's not accessible anywhere. So I'd just be screwing in and have nowhere to put the nut on the end. So I think I'm gonna head back over to Home Depot again today, get a plank and kind of use that as a template, figure out if that's gonna work. If it does, that'd be cool, and maybe I could just wrap that with Alcantara. I just want this thing in my car already. All right, so after spending about 35 minutes deciding which bolt sizes I need, I am finally in the car and headed over to Home Depot. Just got here, better mask up. Don't want to catch Big Rona. I got my measuring tape. I got my notes on my phone. Let's go get these goddamn bolts. Okay, I just made it back from Home Depot. I got my new, wow, it's bright. Got my new hardware here, nuts and bolts. I got this piece of wood cut down to 15 inches. And then I took apart the bracket thing that holds the tank. And here are the actual brackets. So I kind of mounted these up, or measured these out, made my holes, center punched the holes, and now I'm gonna drill these guys out. Well, that didn't work that great. I broke the wood in 2 places, so I'll probably have to cut another. Thankfully, I have some more wood, but I'm gonna use this as a template anyway to see if it even works. So I'm just gonna keep going with it and see how it goes. So with the bolts through, throw this bracket piece on top. I got that one on right here. Then we can mount the tank to this wood and then toss it in the car and see where I need to drill my other holes. It might be kind of hard to get this on camera, but I'm gonna set the tripod down and see if you can see it. Something like that. I don't know. There's not a lot of space. Like, this is not gonna be elevated. God, now I'm holding, it's kind of heavy. I don't know if this is gonna work either. So it's now the next day and I decided to completely give up on the whole mounting the tank upside down thing. There's just not enough room to use the tank that I have, and it just looked kind of shitty. So I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. I went back to square one from my original idea, which would be to mount it right side up on the floor. Originally in the first video I made it on like a thin fiberboard material, but I just jumped ahead and made it because I was so frustrated. But I went to Home Depot, picked up some thicker actual plywood that's gonna be way more sturdy than that fiberboard material, and basically traced out the same thing, used the exact same template, drilled the same holes, and put it in the trunk, and it works 10 times better. So I'm gonna throw it in the trunk right now and show you guys like the final wood piece that I made for the trunk. After this, I'm just gonna put the carpet on, mount everything, but before I do that, I have to run the lines and everything through the car, so that'll be like the last step, but I got everything sorted as far as the trunk setup goes. So, without further ado, let me show you the final iteration of this damn trunk. All right guys, so here it is. Obviously nothing's bolted down yet, but all the holes are drilled. So we're gonna have the compressor to the left there, the tank in the back where I originally wanted it, and then I cut out this little piece so I could still have access to the battery back there. So I got a nice little puzzle piece there. I'll obviously have the carpet on top of this so you won't see the wood, but this wood is way thicker, as you can see the thickness, kind of. So there's like no flex to this at all. Nothing's moving anywhere. So yeah, that is basically how it's gonna be. So that is gonna do it for today's video, guys. I'm so relieved that I got this trunk thing all kind of sorted out now. It was keeping me up at night. I was just like, this is never gonna work. I should have just paid someone to do it. But I'm glad that I just struggled through, and now it's gonna work exactly how it's supposed to. And I think it's gonna look really clean too. So thanks for sticking with me. I know it's probably not the most exhilarating content, but it's all part of the process, and soon enough we'll be aired out and looking fresh. So thank you guys so much for watching. Till the next time, I will catch you on the flippity flop. Peace.